Okay guys, welcome to the channel. For you subscribers, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate that. So okay, picked me up an older used bike. Been looking for one for a few months. It's a 2008 Concours 14, Kawasaki Concours 14. This one's got about 19,600 miles on it. It's got some small bumps and bruises. Got a pretty decent gouge here. A few small minor scratches, but all in all, pretty decent shape. It's got a Musi slip-on, that's fine. The guy before me that owned it before me put on LED lights, brights and dims. So yeah, haven't ridden it yet. Gonna just take it for a short ride this morning. I actually did ride it. I rode it about 2 blocks before I bought it. You know, gave the guy the cash in hand and rode it a couple of blocks. Seemed fine. He's just put a new tire on it. So yeah, I'll be doing a couple of videos, a review, maybe compare it to my FJR, and then compare it a little bit to my Goldwing, even though of course they're completely different bikes. We'll see how it feels today, and first thing I'm going to have to do is put gas in it because the fuel low is on, but at least the tire pressure monitoring system light isn't flashing, which means the batteries are still decent or have been changed before. Of course, knowing my luck, those lights will probably come on before long, then I'll have to deal with that nightmare. You guys that are familiar with the Concours know all about that. All right, guys, put about 3 gallons in it because I don't know this motorcycle very well, of course. And what if something happens and I need to take the fuel tank off for some reason? I don't need, what, 6 gallons almost this holds. I need to adjust that. Let's see here. That's better. Alright, smooth ride. Engine's running perfect. Windshield's all the way up. I don't know how much good this does. I may take that off at some time and try it with and without it. Whoa! Is that the clutch slipping? Maybe not. Let me get this car further ahead of me so I can try it in the higher gears. Oh man. I didn't know this was going to happen. So that clutch either slipped back there in 3rd gear. I mean, I know it wasn't the tire slipping, so maybe it was just my imagination, but it seemed to climb RPMs way too quick there for a second. Okay, cars are out of my way. Let's see how it does. Oh yeah. A little bit in 3rd as soon as I hit 4th. Clutch is slipping big time. Great. Now I suppose I get to spend my time and money rebuilding the clutch. have a slipper clutch, but you know what? 19,000 miles, this bike shouldn't need a clutch. It doesn't look like it's had the piss run out of it. You know, at that time it was fine. Of course, I didn't get up in the higher gears. The guy did mention to me he recently changed the oil. I wonder if he's got the right oil in it. Oh, there it goes. As soon as it hit fourth gear. Yep. Alright, I'm going to quit doing that. Now that I'm sure it's definitely slipping big time. You know what my first thought is. Did that guy know that when he sold this bike to me? He was actually older than me, so my guess, maybe not. So I'll take it back home and do some checking on some things. I did look at the oil and it did look fresh, but if it's got some kind of slick additive in it, that's going to affect that clutch. Of course, a lot of you guys know that. I use Rotella T6 full synthetic and just about everything I own, including motorcycles. Always have, or have for, you know, 15-20 years. And I know that oil is approved for wet clutches. You know what else I'm going to check on? It's got, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's got this stubby clutch lever that somebody added. I do have the original clutch lever. I have the original muffler, the stock muffler. A few other odds and ends the guy gave me. One thing I did notice, good power. You know, these are supposed to have like 155, 157 horsepower, which was doing well until the clutch slipped and the RPMs pegged. Alright, I'm going to sign off now and I'll sign back in when I get home. See what we can figure out here. Okay folks, I'm back in the driveway. Here's one of those short stubby clutch handle he has on it. I've tried all 6 positions and no matter what I do, the clutch still slips. So that's probably not it. I did check the oil again. Yeah, it does look fresh, but I have the original clutch handle here, so I'm going to replace this stubby one. I don't really like these anyway. I'm going to replace it with this. Will it make a difference in the clutch? I doubt it. I don't think I can get that lucky, but anyway, I'm going to try it. I'm going to replace it and then we'll go for a ride again. Alright guys, got the original clutch handle back on it. That only took a couple of minutes. Here's what the one he had on looks like in comparison. Again, I doubt this is going to help this clutch, but we got to try it anyway. I got to start with the easy stuff, because I'm not going to order clutch parts until I know. So I'll get suited up and we'll go for a ride. Okay guys, took a different route this time so I can get this thing to stretch its legs a little easier. Got the original clutch lever put back on it. It feels different already. It's not quite as grabby as that short stubby clutch lever. I doubt this is going to help the slip and clutch, but we're going to find out. I get that lucky? Of course, you know I'm going to have to keep trying this, right? Nothing wrong with that, guys. She pulls hard, no clutch slippage. I just hope between me and the previous guy, because of that stubby clutch handle, that we didn't damage the clutch with it slipping like that. I'm going to try it a couple of more times here. Hey, you guys. You guys that have the stubby clutch and brake levers, what's the advantage of that? I've never had them on a bike before, obviously now I never will. But what's the idea there? I guess I just don't get it. So yeah, you guys that have them or have had them, leave me a comment, will you? Tell me what's supposed to be the advantage of that. So far, I'm really liking this bike. I can't help but to compare it to my FJR. Of course, it was a 2015, so, you know, 7 years newer would make a difference. But ride's good. This has the 2-inch risers. It's fairly comfortable. Not quite as top heavy as my FJR. And remember, guys, this is just my opinion. This isn't your opinion that I'm giving you. This is my opinion. I complained on my FJR review that how top heavy it was at low speeds. And some guys really didn't like that. Well, I just tell it the way my bike is. I don't know anything about your bikes. Then my BMW K1600 GTL for Sport Tourer, that was the easiest bike I ever owned. Easiest to ride, I mean, but that was also the most uncomfortable seat I've ever sat in my life. Okay, 4th gear, let's see what happens. 5th. 6th. No clutch problems. It's been probably 10 or 15 years since I've rebuilt a motorcycle clutch. It's usually not that big a deal, but I didn't really want to spend the money and the time to do it. So, what a difference just a handle can make, right? Alright guys, if you like this video or found it helpful at least, you know how the algorithms go. Hit that like button, share it if you can, subscribe to my channel. I now have animals, motorcycles, tractors and equipment, and just added firearms. So I've got 2 firearm videos that I'll probably add a 3rd here for long. So yeah, check out my other videos if you like. If you find any of those subjects interesting. Got lots of motorcycle reviews, Harleys, Yamaha, BMW. Of course, I always have my Goldwing at home in the garage. Other bikes on there as well. Victory Hammer, I did a review on that bike when I owned it. So yeah, check it out if you like. I'll be coming out with another video, a more in-depth review of this old Big Bertha Kawasaki Concours 14. So, yeah, subscribe. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Until next time, bye.